Welcome to the panel discussion on the link between illicit trade and sovereign credit ratings. This event is hosted by the Transnational Alliance to Combat Illicit Trade, or TRACIT. My name is Jeff Hardy, and I'm TRACIT's Director General. This panel is being broadcast live worldwide, and I'm pleased to report that people have zoomed in, or they're zooming in right now from 6 continents and 53 countries. 186 participants are currently online now from government, from IGOs, think tanks, and the private sector. Now, let me ask Ulrika to start the panel discussion by presenting TRACIT's newest report, The Link Between Illicit Trade and Sovereign Credit Ratings. Ulrika?
Thank you, Jeff. My job today is to introduce TRACIT's report. And to do so, I'm going to explain the genesis of the report, the methodology, and the correlations between a country's vulnerability to illicit trade and its sovereign credit ratings. So in short, illicit trade negatively impacts a country's performance in a significant number of areas that the credit rating agencies hold as yardsticks for their evaluations.
So with that introduction, I'd like to now invite our panelists to join me in a roundtable discussion.
Thank you, Jeff, and thank you, TRACIT, for the opportunity to speak at this event. We were here last year as well, and the relationship between TRACIT and the Colombian government grows stronger by the day. Illicit trade, it's not just a trade problem, but a finance problem, a criminal problem, a competition problem, and a rule of law problem. This TRACIT report is an enormously useful tool to identify a series of variables that governments must address.
Thank you so much, Jeff, and we very much appreciate this invitation on behalf of the OECD, and also welcome this very timely report that Ulrika highlighted on the relationship of the risk of illicit trade and credit ratings. The OECD is also a platform for the global dialogue. So we are mobilizing the key stakeholders, the key partners, and the task force on countering illicit trade is one of the, it's the really vanguard of this movement. So we are, again, looking forward to continuing this dialogue. This is really a pleasure working with you and collaborating with you. So thank you so much for the invitation.
Hello, Jeff, and hi, everybody. Thank you very much for connecting today. I think it's a very interesting discussion we're having at the moment today with you, and very much keen to explore this relationship between fighting illicit trade and improving credit rating. There is a whole web of intersection between the trade of goods and the financial flows, between the fight against money laundering at the same time as fighting against the illicit trade itself. What we see is when countries realize they're not alone in this, and they can get help from the OECD, from sharing, experience, hearing their shared experience from countries that have had better or an existing track record of tackling that, like we discussed for Colombia. We find this very constructive, and usually the numbers follow.
And I'm hopeful that everyone that joined us has got a new and fresh perspective. And can start tomorrow working even harder to stop illicit trade. So again, I thank all of today's speakers. I thank all of you who joined us in the audience, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeff.